Yesterday was Sunday, so I wasn't able to send out all those orders that I did, so I still got a few of those to go out today. Big old packages. I think we got like 10 total. I'm not sure. But I think I have one or two more that sold today, so I'm going to pack those up too so they go out at the same time. Otherwise, I was looking at my site and still trying to decide how I want to rearrange it. Oh, I need to look at how the light campaign I did went.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot all about that. Well, I didn't forget. I was checking on it. It was doing okay, so I let it run over the weekend. And I just want to try and look and see if we actually got any good likes. Because sometimes you get a lot of junk likes when you do it too, which is accounts that are just like follow and then try to send you spam. And I only got one spam link. So that's a good sign. I got one where the link just said, I'm bored, and then it had a short URL, and it's like, yeah, I'll click on that. So I just marked it as spam and away. But usually, or last couple of times I'd done like campaigns to test stuff out, I'd gotten tons of those, and people just sending you random pictures of their profile and asking you to like them and stuff. But this time I only got one. Okay, packing things up actually took me much longer than I thought it would. So I still got to get these out. But just a bunch of small things and large boxes, so still need to do that. Realized when we were going to the post office that it looks like it's rainy out. It's kind of gray. Yeah, you can't tell from here. And so I asked my phone if it was supposed to rain today. And it said maybe later on tonight. So I'm like, oh, good, I can take a bike ride. And then forgot that I popped a tire yesterday. So I need to go get my bike fixed.
No bike ride.
Well, unless I get it fixed today, they might be able to do it. I don't know. So I got to take that in. Duh. Going to the bike shop. Meet me on after school. I don't even know who did that original song. Anyway, luckily, Mary Joy came to pick me up when my bike tire popped yesterday. I tried walking for a bit, but it was going to be like another half hour, so I was like, hell with it, and I had her come get me. So she picked it up in her car, which is what I'm in right now, and then I left it in here so I could go to the bike shop, which is actually right next to our train car. And I called, and they are still open till 6. So there's my bike back there. I'm going to see if they can fix that back tire. Pulling up right now. I got 2 tires, which I think I knew I needed to do. Last year, I actually put it off. They said I needed to get new tires because they were going bald, and I was like, I'll wait until that happens, and then it did. Let's put it this way. The money I made today, I saved like $10, or I have $10 left over from the money I made today to get those new tires. Which, I mean, that's how commerce works, I guess. But that's too bad. Where I can chop up the podcasts that I have into segments. If someone's searching for like, how do I do this, or just different sort of things on YouTube, I have probably that conversation happening in one of the podcasts that I have. So I'd like to take a segment where they don't have to go through the whole podcast to try and find it. I wanted to do something more fun, and I wanted to try and animate something. So messing around with Blender, which is a 3D animation software program, but they recently created a 2D animation software thing in it, and I've been messing with that, and to learn it, I figured what better way than to try and make my own text videos. So I got this one here that I created for an interview I did with TL Luke. I have an old Wacom tablet. I want to get one where you can actually draw on the screen, but here's what I did with the going from word to word. Instead of just switching, I decided, since I set it up so that the lines wiggle like this, and it looks like it's kind of like handwritten, like those Squiggle Vision cartoons by Dr. Katz. And to go from one segment to the other, I thought, what better way to do it than just to make the lines crinkle themselves up? and then form again into a new word. So that's basically what I did. And I would take certain words that were said or lines that were said throughout the interview and
kind of like, what are some like fantastical
make them do that. Oh,
things
and I drew a
that I
stick
would like
figure.
to see, or like.
But that was how I did it, and I exported that as a clip, and I'm getting a little more familiar with Blender, and I'd like to see these get a little bit more advanced as I go along. Also, I forgot to say, here's the neat thing about making this animation in a 3D software thing and why it can be a bit overwhelming is this. So there's my camera over there. That's how I'm filming it. Like if I get behind where the camera is. And there's my drawing.
Trying to, like,
I wish I
was
could
an
film
only child.
this part of
I
it.
had a single parent.
So anyway, that's what's neat about using it in this thing too. And then I can hit this and go back to the camera, and now I'm looking at it in the 2D realm again. So that part's pretty nifty. I like that. What was the first foray into artwork when you were in this town?
Well, I've like been doodling and drawing ever since I could get a pencil in my hand, and I think like a lot of it was just trying to, like, I was an only child, I had a single parent, and so it was just kind of like me alone in our house even, and so it was just kind of like, what are some like fantastical things that I would like to see, or like, oh, I used to like pretend and draw, like we'd have like an art class, which when I went to school, it was just art 1 through 4. So there was no like drawing and painting and stuff that I realized once I got to college that a lot of my classmates had like very nice big art programs at their high school. And
Right.
But when I was younger in school, there was an assignment where it was like, draw your house and your family in front of it kind of thing. And I drew my mom, me, a dad and a sister, which I don't have, in front of like a house that I did not live in. Like, okay. And I have a very, like, looking back, my house is very cool looking. Like, my biological father built it when I was a baby and stuff. So it's this very like weird architectural cathedral ceiling pointy house. But I drew this, like, blue house with a white porch and palm trees in front of it. And so, like, just this, like, this house doesn't exist, and I do not have a sister. And
It's funny, you're talking about it like you don't remember doing it.
Yeah, it's a, well, I think I maybe have a memory of going, like, yeah, this is, I'll just lie. Like, this is my family. Like, you guys don't know that. Even though I had friends, you know, that would come over, like, would know. I, like, had trouble discerning, like, oh, I can lie and get away with it.
I see it more as like it seemed more adventurous, but yours was like, oh, before learning how to expand my imagination, I'm going to just imagine that mine is like that family over there. Yeah. Not like you were doing it maliciously.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it was a lot of just like all of my friends have sisters or brothers. All of my friends have this type of house with a porch or whatever, and like it wasn't until late high school that I was like, my like life is really cool. Yeah, exactly. I like my house. I like my mom. I love that this is our life that we have together and stuff. It wasn't, it should have been something that I was celebrating more, and because it is unique and nice and whatever. And
it's not like you were going, I don't want people to know that my life isn't like theirs. You were just like going, what would be a cool thing? And that was it. It's like, and I got a sister, you know.